What's up, guys? I got a battle here versus somebody. I've been on spring break and I was working, so I couldn't really battle too much, and that's why I didn't upload. And the battle has been kind of lame, but this one was decent enough to upload. So he leads with a heat ran, I lead with Metagross, and I do have the Oka Berry, but he probably has Shuka Berry, so I'm gonna lose that. And I go out to Suicune just to take whatever and force him out. He goes to a Skarmory, and Surf didn't really do that much, so I'm guessing it's one of those new specially defensive Skarms. So yeah, I go to Zapdos to scare it out, and I go with the T-Bolt just to be on the safe side. And he brings in a T-Tar, and he goes for the Crunch, I guess predicting my switch to Metagross, but I just stay in since I was pretty sure I could take a Stone Edge, and I T-Wave it. So yeah, I thought it might have been one of those Dragon Dance Tyranitar since Thunderbolt did a good amount, but he might be scarfed because, yeah. But in any case, that Thunder Wave, that paralysis really helped me, and I could stay in here all day and stall him unless he gets the defense drop, which he does, but that's not too bad for me since I do have the U-turn, which eases prediction, and I go to the Suicune to take the Crunch. Since, yeah, right here I'd go for the Surge just to kill it. I thought he was gonna leave it in, but he goes to the Skarm again, and Surf doesn't really do too much. But yeah, I'm guessing he's gonna Whirlwind since bringing in Zapdos is a little too obvious, and if I bring in Zapdos and he Whirlwinds, that's gonna like fuck up Zapdos because of Stealth Rock and stuff. But he goes for the Spikes, and I know he's gonna have to Roost this turn, so I'm pretty safe to bring in Zapdos, which is what I do. And now I go for my own Roost since I thought he was gonna go to Tyranitar as fodder, and I was planning on just roosting and then killing off the Tyranitar. But he predicted that, I guess, so it's pretty good for him. And he roars me out to Empoleon, which is good for me because Surf does a good amount, even though he might be specially defensive. I don't really know since I never hit him with anything physical. So yeah, he goes to the Latias, and I know I could take a T-Bolt, maybe not a Specs one, but I don't wanna set up the agility yet, just in case he might be scarfed, and I haven't seen all of his Pokemon yet. So I go for the safe thing, which is going to this Snorlax and take the T-Bolt nicely. And I thought he was gonna go to Heatran, so I went for the Body Slam, hoping for Parahacks on it, but he stays in. So I guess he thought I had Fire Punch on it, and he stays in again. And he was faster even though he's paralyzed, so that tells me he was Choice Scarfed after all. And I'm not sure if the Parahacks mattered or not, since I would just went to Metagross and killed it off. But yeah, now this thing is kind of dead, and Spikes and Stealth Rock is not gonna let me bring him in, switch him in a lot, and he's slow as fuck, so I just decided to sacrifice him. And yeah, I guess he thought he knew, I guess, the Oka Berry, since he went for the Earthquake, but I don't really care since I know Earthquake won't be able to kill me off, and I'll hit it with the Meteor Mash, and the Sand finishes him off. But I had Bullet Punch anyway, so that's what I use on this Heat Ran just to get in extra damage, because yeah. So Metagross is finally dead, and I make a mistake here. I go with Zapdos, and I use Roost here, because I didn't really see the Fire Blast coming. I thought they'd have Flamethrower, but I guess Fire Blast is standard. So yeah, I should have T-Waved, but I didn't, so he finishes me off with another Fire Blast. And I'm not liking that Heat Ran because I have a Breloom, which is not going to be able to take the Fire Blast too well. And I have the Empoleon, which could take a fucking Earth Power, but I don't really want to take the chance in case he gives max damage. But he goes ahead and explodes, which is good. And now I go to the Breloom. I was really thinking about this choice right here, whether to go to Breloom or Empoleon. But judging by what I've seen on his team, he had a lot of fast Pokemon, so I'm guessing something bulky is gonna pop out. and I went to the Brelum just because I thought I could spore something, and it worked out because he has a Metagross. So yeah, now stuff is looking good for me because he can't outspeed me, he can't really hit me, and I could just spore everything to death. And yeah, I kind of predicted this here.
Welcome! Punch!
And that shit got raped, so I don't know what he did that for, but it worked out for me, and I don't really care, cause yeah, I don't really have too many great battles, because if I use real teams, then I pretty much dominate like 90% of the time, which means no videos. And I use garbage teams a lot, which is like, I don't know, sometimes I battle good people and they beat the shit out of me. I'm like, fuck, I should have used a real team, this would have been a good battle. But yeah, stuff, comment, rate, and all that shit. I'm out.